Okay, come and lie down on your back and let's get started. And we're going to start with the pelvic rocks. You're going to have one leg straight along the mat and the other foot will stay as it is. Now from there, you're going to have the hands facing the ceiling and just make sure your shoulders are relaxed. You're going to inhale to send the hip forward and up and then return. Inhale, pressing the foot into the mat to let the pelvis lift and then return. About 4 more times. Just allow the back to mobilize. Don't think about controlling things too much. And then come back to the center. Bend the straight leg and send the other one out. So inhaling to push off the floor with the standing foot and then return. Your shoulder blade will roll as well. And don't worry too much about maintaining neutral in this position. What you do want to focus on is keeping this leg stable. One more. And then back to the center. Bending both knees wider than hip width. Still parallel to each other if that's okay. And then we're going to go into hip roll. So you're going to take a breath in. And then as you exhale, send the knees in the same direction. Allow the pelvis to roll off the mat, but now keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Take a breath into return. And then exhale, roll to the other side. And then return. So you will need to use a little bit more control in your center to make sure that the front of the ribs don't start flaring. And if you want to, you can add a neck roll in the opposite direction to increase the movement in the spine. We're going to go for 2 more. And then you're going to come back to your center. Bring the feet together, roll to your side, and let's come and sit up for some waist twists. Now you can do these you can sit in any way that's comfortable to you. So if you prefer, you can sit cross-legged. And you're going to make sure that your shoulders are above your hips. So we'll do this facing sideways so you can see what the spine is doing. So maintaining the position, the neutral alignment of the spine, you can bring the hands either on the chest or just cross them one over the other. Try and stay as neutral as possible without pushing the ribs forward. We're going to inhale to turn the head, the neck and the upper back. Keep the pelvis and the lower back stable. And then come back. Turning the head and neck and upper back to the other side. And then return. So it's a small movement and we're allowing a sense of length in the spine. Because rotation is compressive. Try not to push from the ribs. And keep the shoulder blades apart and relaxed. We're going to go for 2 more on either side. Come back to center and relax. Then we're going to move on to the cat. So we're going to come to 4-point kneeling. So you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees under the pelvis. You're going to straighten the upper back. Check that the back of the pelvis is parallel to the floor and draw the ribs, the front of the ribs gently towards each other. So from there you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, initiate with the pelvic tilt. Let the spine roll bone by bone. Allow the chin tuck to happen last. Take a breath in there. And then exhale, move the pelvis and the spine away from each other at the same time. Back to neutral. Breath in. And then exhale, pelvic tilt into the cat. Inhale there. And then exhale, lengthen out. We're going to continue for 3 more. If at any point you feel that you need to do more repetitions, you're more than welcome to. Do as many as your body needs. And then we're going to go straight into the tail swish. So now we're going to keep the spine straight in neutral. And then we're going to turn the head and the pelvis towards each other. So one side of the waist is shortening, the other one is lengthening. Back to the center and then to the other side. So we're mobilizing the spine side to side. Really good stretch as well. Just check that you're not letting the ribs flare and that you're not letting the belly relax entirely. One more on either side. Come back to the center, bring the big toes together and let the pelvis settle towards the heels and let the spine rest. Take a couple of breaths there. And then walk your hands. And we're going to come and stand on our knees to finish. Now, for this one, you can either do this on your knees or you could also do the same exercises in standing. And you could always alternate for a bit of variety. So whether you're standing or whether on your knees, you're going to have the legs hip width apart, measuring from the front of the hips. Your pelvis and your spine are in neutral, so I'm going to show you this from the side again. So the pubic bone and the tail are level with each other. Arms are by the side of the body and the front of the ribs are connected. We're going to go into the side reach. So we're going to bring the arm out to the side and overhead. You're going to take a breath and as you exhale, get a little bit taller, tilt the head to the side and let the upper back go to the side without the lower back moving. Take a breath in there and then exhale to rebuild bone by bone and lower the arm. And then we're going to change and alternate sides, lifting up, tilt the head, take a breath in and then exhale to return. Keep going at your own time. I'll just turn around so you can get a different view. So we're going to float the arm up, tilting the head, only going as far to the side as you're not going to go into your lower back. Maintaining the pelvis in neutral. It's quite an active position. We're going to go for 2 more. And last one. You're going to come back to center and then you're going to bring the arms forward over your thigh bones and the palms are facing the back. Maintain the connection at the front of the ribs, so check they're not flaring. And then we're going to go into chest expansion. For the beginning, start breathing normally and then we can add the breathing pattern as it's more challenging. So as you send your arms back, make sure that your shoulder blades don't go in towards each other. Turn the head to one side, turn the head to the other side, and then bring everything back to the center. So you send the arms back, turn the head, and then return. So your shoulders are not moving, your spine is not moving. The only thing that's moving is your neck and your upper arms. The breathing is a little bit more challenging. On one in-breath, you're going to go back. And then exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Last one. Breathing in. And exhale. Good. Very nice. And then the last thing is a standing back bend. So whether you're standing on your knees or not. So you're going to need a little bit more control from your abdominals. You're going to need to make sure your lower back is protected and supported. So you're going to raise one arm either from the front or from the side, it doesn't matter. You're going to take a breath in, lengthen a little bit more, and then you're going to send your chest and your nose up towards the ceiling, just enough that your lower back is not starting to give. And then you're going to return. Inhale, lift up and over. And then exhale. One more with this arm up. Lower the arm, bring the other arm up. Take a breath in, lift up and over. And then return. Trying to keep your shoulders level and aligned with each other as much as possible. It's probably going to be a little bit of rotation. Coming back and then relax. Give your shoulders a few rolls, everything a good shake, and this is you done.